Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And today we have an EMI twofer. I have no idea if this still exists, since it's now Warner. Maybe it does. Maybe you can stream it, or you can find the original releases. It's a collection of a couple of albums, 2 or 3 actually, by John McGlin. For those of you who were not around when these things were happening, and they were very exciting, John McGlin, who passed away in 2009, he was only 55. He died of a heart attack, apparently, was one of the pioneers of recording Broadway musicals, American musical theater, using original orchestrations and vocal scores and whatnot. And his research was really quite extensive, but he unearthed tons of original orchestrations, especially most notably for Showboat in a Secaucus, New Jersey warehouse. And EMI had him engaged as a house conductor to do all these projects. And then they dumped him in 1992 as part of the conflagration that consumed the classical music world. And it's really a shame, because the work he was doing was really, really important and very, very carefully and meticulously done. He was not the easiest guy to get on with sometimes. I understand that. I knew him pretty well, and I enjoyed the time we had together, because he was so knowledgeable and so interested in what he was doing. And he was one of those conductors. He conducted musicals, and his great ambition was to conduct The Dream of Gerontius and like Parsifal. And I would keep saying to him, John, who cares? What you're doing is wonderful. And he believed in what he was doing. He really did. So I can understand that. He wanted to be better known in the serious classical music world, and felt that he was pigeonholed. And he was pigeonholed. But gee, you're a pigeon. It's a nice hole to be in. I mean, it really is. And in addition to doing complete musicals, including he did Kiss Me Kate, and I think he did No No Nanette, and he did a whole bunch of things that were absolutely marvelous. He did a few discs of overtures in original orchestrations where you could get them, and film music by Gershwin, Jerome Kern, and Cole Porter. And they're all collected on these 2 EMI CDs. The performances are fabulous. The music is just wonderful. My goodness, it's great music. And yes, these are potpourri overtures. They're not, miracles of sonata form or something like that. But who cares? That's not the point. The point is that they're great tunes, and they're tons of fun to listen to. So what do we have for Gershwin? We have McGlin's arrangement of a suite from the film A Damsel in Distress. It's only 5 minutes and 52 seconds worth of music, but it's any bit of Gershwin we could scrape up is worth having. And then we have the overtures to Girl Crazy, Of Thee I Sing, Tiptoes, and Primrose. I mean, some of these things most of you probably haven't even heard of. And there is really, people think Gershwin wrote 5 pieces of orchestral music and dropped dead. There's a ton of theater music and a boatload of songs. So there we go. Then we have the Funhouse sequence from A Damsel in Distress, the film, which is called Stiff Upper Lip. Now that's 8 minutes of continuous music that Gershwin wrote. The overture to OK. This is with the New Princess Theatre Orchestra. Then we've got, with the London Sinfonietta, Cole Porter overtures. Anything Goes, Can, Kiss Me Kate, Gay Divorcee, and Night and Day, which is a sequence from Gay Divorcee, or Gay Divorce, whatever it was. Gay Divorcee, wasn't it? Gay Divorce, whatever, I don't know. It was a divorce. And then on disc 2, we have Jerome Kern. I mean, this is, 72 minutes and 68 minutes. They're very, very well-filled discs. So there's lots to listen to, and wonderful stuff you probably don't know. So we have overtures by Jerome Kern. The Cat and the Fiddle, The Girl from Utah, Leave It to Jane, Have a Heart, Sweet Adeline, Oh Lady Lady, Sitting Pretty, and Very Warm for May. I mean, aside from Showboat, Jerome Kern's musicals aren't well known at all, as this list attests. I mean, I haven't seen them or heard of most of them, and I'm sure you haven't either. And then we've got music from the film Swing Time. Now, this is an 18-minute suite of music from the film Swing Time, which is like really, really pretty cool. So that's with the National Philharmonic. And then last but not least, as a nightcap, we get the overture to Showboat, taken from the complete recording with the London Sinfonietta once again. The performances are extraordinarily fresh and idiomatic. It's music that's going to be a new discovery for most people, but it's the best of American music theater, or a lot of the best American music theater. And so if you can find this thing, I really urge you to give it a listen and to add it to your collection, because as I've always said before, greatness is its own justification, and a classic is sort of by definition that which is great and its own justification. It has staying power, and it's wonderful that McGlin was able to do as much as he did before his untimely passing. And I love this 2-disc set. A wonderful memento to an inspiring and important musician. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.